Yo, what's going on, guys? EK9 here, bringing you guys another NHL 21 video. So as you guys can see, EA did release some new trade deadline cards. The trade deadline has officially passed. I'm going to give my take on a little bit of what's going on in the NHL and where I think teams are going, who I think are contending teams, and where I think, who are the winners, who are the losers going on. So with a lot of talk going on in the NHL recently, I think the first big thing we have to address is the Boston Bruins acquiring Taylor Hall. I know a lot of people say, well, yeah, it's Taylor Hall. Come on. Uh, he's a hell of a player. He didn't do so well in Buffalo. He did pretty well in Arizona, though. Not going to lie, he did play pretty well. I really think this is a great fit for Boston. I think he's already said he's considering a long-term contract if he does perform well. I think the Bruins have a great system he's going to adapt very well to if he can really get on with a good line there, maybe play with Pasternak, something like that. If they can have Pasternak and Hall together, a great playmaker, a great sniper, they're going to have some great chemistry together. If that happens, not sure exactly where they're going to place him in the lineup, but I think that's a great move. They basically paid, I want to say, nothing for him. Buffalo really got fleeced on that deal, but the Bruins taking a chance on him, making something happen. This could be a real good deep playoff run from the Bruins, who have been very good the last few years, just haven't been quite good enough to win the cup recently. They did make it to Game 7 against St. Louis, but didn't quite come up on top. The other team I really want to talk about is the New York Islanders. So they're another team. I think they look solid. I think the Islanders made a couple big moves. First up, acquiring Braden Coburn, adding that defensive depth to their team. They have a very good defensive core. That brings them a little bit stronger. But then also acquiring Zajac and Palmieri from New Jersey is another big move. This is adding them a little bit of forward depth. They're going to get veteran leaders in Zajac. Palmieri can play very good. I know Lou Lamoriello, former GM of the New Jersey Devils, has some experience with, I know, Zajac. Not sure if he really got a lot of experience with Palmieri or not, but I know he has a good presence there with Zajac. He understands the Devils organization quite a bit, and I think he can utilize those two players great in their lineup. And then being coached by Barry Trotz, I think this team looks a lot better. I think they're going to be a real tough team to beat moving forward. I think the Islanders look like a good team. They looked really good last year in the playoffs. Didn't quite make the jump though. But I think this year they're going to have a better run at it. The last team I want to talk about, who I really, really think is doing very good things right now, and you know what, I chirp them all the time, guys, but I gotta give credit to the Leafs. I really gotta give some credit to Toronto. This team here, look at this awesome, look at this 96 Matthews. But anyways, the Leafs, Matthews, 31 goals so far this season. He's been unreal. This guy is lethal. But not just that, the Leafs bringing in some big names, bringing in Nick Foligno from Columbus. That was a huge move, bringing in that kind of depth. The other big move that they did make that I wanted to mention was acquiring David Riddich. That was a huge move for them. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that tandem in Toronto. I don't know what's going on. They're going to have now Campbell, Riddich, and they're going to have Anderson. I'm not sure what their plan is to move forward, but this gives them some depth. I imagine next season, unless something changes, they're gonna have to move one of those names, probably Anderson out the door maybe, and maybe go with the Riddich Campbell tandem. I can't see anything changing with Campbell. The guy's playing out of his mind. 11 in a row. Come on, guys. That guy, he's been playing unreal. Another big team that I wanted to mention was Colorado. Colorado is another big team. They completely fleeced my Sharks on this deal with Devin Dubnyk. We got Greg Pateryn from them, as well as a couple picks. But I mean, come on, Dubnyk's been decent this season. He's been an average goalie, but he's been able to get the job done. And Colorado's biggest flaw, guys, aside from staying healthy, because that's their biggest issue, aside from staying healthy, they lacked the backup goalie. Grubauer got hurt in the playoffs last season, and Pavel Francouz had to take over. And I'm telling you, he played good, but you can't rely on Francouz and Grubauer to win you a Stanley Cup. You need some type of stability in the cage. Dubnyk's going to bring them that. This makes this team so much better. Joe Sakic is such a great GM. I can't believe it. Colorado, they can stay healthy this season and they do well in the playoffs. They're going to be probably the team to beat. I can't see anyone taking on McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog, my boy Jonas Donskoy. They've got Nazem the Dream Kadri. They got a really good team. They got Cale Makar. They've got some great talent in that organization. And I'm telling you right now, Joe Sakic is such a great GM. Being able to keep them all there, signing them to team-friendly contracts, another good team. I'm not sure what else other teams to comment on. Some losers, I'd say definitely Buffalo didn't do so well. I didn't know what they were going to do. I wasn't sure the exact route. I know a lot of teams are starting to sell off now, starting to work on that rebuild. Ottawa's been making a couple big moves, trying to free up some things. I'm not sure where the teams are going to go. I'm going to make a video on playoff predictions and that closer to playoff time. But I think right now, I think the front runners are going to be Boston, probably from the what's that division? It's basically the Metro, as well as the Islanders. I think those are going to be the top two there. Tampa's another team I wanted to mention. Tampa looks really good. Acquiring Dennis Savard, that was a huge, or David Savard from Columbus. Sorry, David Savard from Columbus adds in that top 4D presence that they needed when they lost Bogosian and they also lost Shattenkirk. Those are two big names. To lose both of them at the same time really hurts their defensive depth. But acquiring Savard gets them back in that top 4. They're going to look really good. If they can keep that forward core together, they look unreal. Just my opinion there. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to make a video closer to playoff time. I think that those are some of the teams that are going to really dominate. The Leafs as well. They're looking very good. And out west, got to give the props to Colorado. I think that they've really solidified their weakest link, which is they can't control staying healthy. That's going to, getting injuries and that, you can't prevent that. But noticing your weak link in your goaltending area and adding a great goalie in Dubnyk, I think that makes them just a little bit better. I think that's going to be the difference maker for that team if they can stay healthy. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts on the trade deadline. Let me know all of that fun stuff. Let me know who you guys think is going to go all the way. Early playoff picks, teams that you guys think are just too good to beat right now, and all that. I think Vegas another strong team to really talk about. Minnie's been really surprising everyone. I can't believe Minnesota's run this year. They've been doing very well under Kirill Kaprizov. We knew he was going to be an NHL superstar, though. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. I will be making a video soon, so I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and if you haven't hit that sub button already, guys, hit that sub button. All right, I'll see you guys soon.